Hey y'all, it's Elizabeth Weimiller, and it is a new month. It is July of 2023 already. So I don't know about you, but this just feels like this year is flying on by. We're officially halfway through 2023. So I always find this halfway point is a really great time to take and reflect and, readjust and make changes that you want for the last 6 months of the year. Now, this is even more true because Saturn is retrograde. So that's asking us to be more introspective with ourselves. So just take that and keep that in mind this month. A really great time to kind of sit and contemplate. On top of that, we have another planet going retrograde this month, which I will get to, but there is another one that's going to be joining Saturn retrograde. So we're going to have a couple planets retrograde, which will be even more introspective and it'll be a little slower moving. But before that, June 30th, so Mars just transited into sidereal Leo, where it is going to stay until August 18th. It is a 6 week transit, which is about how long Mars stays in signs. From June 27th until July 6th, if you follow me on social, you already know this, but Mars is going to be Gandanta. Gandanta is considered a knot. It can be a lot of extra emotions. It can be more sensitivity. Gandanta is anytime a planet transits between a water sign and a fire sign. So Mars is transiting from sidereal Cancer into sidereal Leo. Other thing that can happen when planets are in Gandanta, which the smaller planets move faster through this phase, but there can be, an uptick in major storms, seismic activity, can be more rain, more flooding, more wildfires. So just keep an eye and we may see more fires start. As we look at the transit of Mars in Leo, this is a very fiery. You've got Mars, which is more energetic and fiery, and then you have Leo, which is a fire sign. So we can see passions running higher. We can also see passions running higher because Venus and Mars are still within very close degree. It's not going to be too long after Mars transits into Leo that Venus is going to also transit into Leo. But Mars and Leo, it's a time when individuals may feel a strong need to express themselves and assert themselves more. And it can be a time for you to really focus on projects you have going and use that energy that's coming up to really get these projects completed quickly. July 1st, Mercury is going to be conjunct the sun exactly. This is called Cassini. This makes Mercury's energy shine even brighter for the day around this time. So it's going to be a day where you're going to have an ability to communicate more strongly, more clearly, more precisely. So just keep that in mind on July 1st. From July 1st to July 14th, with the strongest part of this period being July 4th through July 8th, Venus will also be Gandanta. This, as I just mentioned with Mars, is a time of emotional sensitivity. It's going to feel a lot stronger, especially between that July 1st through July 6th, because you're going to have Mars and Venus both in this emotional knot area. We could see crazy weather. We should see crazy storms. I would not say this is a time to pick a fight. Take the time, let things cool down. Cool down if you find yourself frustrated, and don't just immediately jump in and attack others at this time. July 2nd, Venus is going to square Uranus. This is going to happen two more times after this time because of Venus retrograde's motion. So it's going to happen July 2nd, it's going to happen August 9th, and it's going to happen September 29th. Usually when you're getting these three hits, the event will something will happen and it won't be resolved or come to fruition until the end of September when you get the third and final hit. So it'll kind of happen, may backtrack a bit, and then come back around. But this square, they're squaring each other. Squares are very event-oriented, they're very change-oriented. It's a time to really, with Uranus is unexpected, and Venus is relationships and love and luxury items. So it's a time to really expect unexpected in relationships, or, if you're single, it could be meeting someone out of the blue. This aspect could also bring up some feelings of anxiousness. So just know it's a passing thing, unless your chart says otherwise. If you in your chart have something natally that says you're more anxious as a person, just know this could make it feel a little more strongly. July 3rd, we have a full moon. This is actually going to be a super moon. It's going to be the first of 4 total that we have over the summer fall. 2 are in August, where we have 2 moons, and then 1 in September. So supermoons are even more powerful. We could see stronger tides, higher tides. We could see more storms. We could see more seismic events, and absolutely with supermoons, definitely more emotional intensity. Now, people always say that ERs get more full around a full moon. So also can be a little more accident prone. So just use caution, especially with July 3rd in the States, that is around a major holiday. So use those God-given intellectual thinking skills and don't do anything stupid or make poor choices, or know that if you do, you're making the choice. That's totally up to you. That's the joy of free will and choices. So with this, there could be some that, a little could become more aggressive or independent, but this supermoon is in the lunar mansion of Purva Ashada, which really does bring independence, a desire to achieve a better life for yourself. July 6th, Venus is going to transit into sidereal Leo, so it's going to be joining Mars. So if with this transit, you really have this ability to manifest more happiness and joy, you can be very creative and passionate. It's going to spend a short time in Leo before it then stations on July 22nd, when Venus will then station and go retrograde. So Venus is going to cross and spend retrograde time in both Leo and Sidereal and Cancer. So remember, I use the sidereal system. It's a little different than Western. Venus retrograde happens only every 18 months. And so it will last until September 3rd this time around. And the strongest period of any retrograde is the day or two before it stations and the day or two after it stations to turn retrograde and direct. So both ways, those are the times where we could see more events, more intensity around events, the potential for violence and more protesting, potential for fires, seismic eruptions. So we have a lot saying there's going to be some crazy weathers, natural disasters potentially. So just keep an eye. Venus retrograde is also a time, and I always say this, when you can see changes in relationship, you can see relationships end, you can see relationships come back around, you can see people come back in, and that doesn't necessarily say that you should get back together with them, but it's a good time to kind of close out those not close out the lessons, but learn the lessons from what that relationship brought and kind of work through them this go around. So the next Venus retrograde, it'll be focused on something else. Really, during this transit, don't make rash decisions if you're in a relationship. And you may kind of, once it's not retrograde, find you have jumped too soon and you kind of regret your decision. So don't do that. But I have seen interesting things happen around retrograde dates in my own life even. So just keep an eye on that. July 8th, Mercury is going to transit into sidereal Cancer. This is a time when you're going to feel more deeply. It's going to really sensitize your mind. This transit could bring memories to the surface. Don't push them back down. Really let them simmer, learn from them, figure out what information you need to bring out of those memories, and make sure you're learning those lessons. This is a super quick transit, as Mercury is going to enter sidereal Leo on July 24th. So it's only spending about 2 weeks in Cancer. Mercury in Leo is going to bring more self-confidence, better communication skills, and a more optimistic view of situations. Now, the flip side is you're more optimistic about situations. So weigh pros and cons, think through things, don't just jump. Really make sure you're looking at both sides and don't over-idealize any situation or person. So just keep that in mind. One of the things that is going to happen is Mercury is going to slow down in Leo, and it will be going retrograde on August 23rd. I will talk more about that in next month's newsletter. So if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, go ahead and sign up below. There's a link posted below so that you can get all this information right to your inbox, or like and follow this channel so that you get the videos when they come out. July 16th, the sun is going to transit into sidereal Cancer as well, where it's going to transit for the next month. And this is really a time for socializing with friends and enjoying activities and events with family. You could find that your mood is a little more up and down. Remember, Cancer is ruled by the moon, so the moon controls the tides, ebbs and flows. Also, your intuition is going to be stronger. So really listen to this. It's a time to really take that information that your higher self is giving you and don't let it pass you by, or you may find you regret not listening to your intuition. Most people I talk to in my work do say they had a period where they didn't listen and they absolutely regretted not listening to that gut feeling, intuition, however you want to call it. July 17th, we have a new moon in sidereal Cancer in the lunar mansion of Purnavasu. So this is really a time of rejuvenation. So take some time, rest and reset, but it also, as well as that time for rejuvenation, you can find yourself more energized with an ability to accomplish more. There's also really this very nurturing quality with this new moon. So just keep that in mind. Last kind of big thing for the month. I know the front half of the month is very heavy with events, but July 20th and 21st, Moon and Mars are going to be opposite Saturn. Remember, Saturn is retrograde. So this can be a time where we see individuals get angry and frustrated more easily. Individuals could find themselves a little more accident prone. So just use caution because there's a couple other transits going on this month that can make us a little more accident prone. Mars and Saturn as planetary energies are completely opposite. Saturn really wants to move more slowly and methodically, while Mars is much more that fast-paced, jump right in, get it done. You know, Saturn really is looking to slow down that Mars energy. So part of this could feel like it can lead to indecision. It can lead to more frustrations. So keep that in mind. Just go ahead and put your patience pants on, like step on into them because you're going to need a little patience and it's going to be really important to remain calm. With that being said, let's take a look at the 12 insights. 12 insights for all the signs. So the insights for the signs in terms of what to expect over the month, these are broad, high level. If you really want insight into your personal unique chart, best way to do it is to book a consultation. The link is below to book a consultation if you are interested. So remember, you can look from your ascendant or your moon sign. And honestly, both, if you know both, because it will give you more of a flavor of what to expect this month. So Aries, really make time to have fun this month. It can be playing with your kids, getting out, doing something fun, or even getting together with your friends in a way that you find is fun. So keep that in mind. For you, inspiration may come from unexpected places or completely even out of the blue. You're going to find you have clearer vision during this period. So this is a month to really show that passion. Don't make any rash decisions. Take the time, cool down, and sleep on them. One of the things to really be aware of this month, Aries, is you could have less discipline. So not wanting to complete tasks could seem unappealing. It could be best to wait until this transit passes to focus on these tasks. Unless you have no choice, then you're just going to have to push through and get them done. Taurus, this can be a great month to really make sure that your home is a positive flow of energy and there is nothing that is stagnating that energy. It's a time to get things done around your home as you can accomplish a lot. It's going to be important to maintain the responsibilities to family, work, and any education you're doing at this time. And there can be tensions around your home with arguments or disagreements. So really step back, let those tensions pass, calm down before having any conversations. One of the things you need to be aware of this month is if that pesky check engine light comes on or there is anything that you need to take care of on your car maintenance, get it done so it doesn't become a more expensive problem later. And then also be cautious while driving because you can be a little more accident prone this month in that department and just in general because so just use caution. But this can be a time where you behave in a more compulsive manner. So just wait until this transit completes before making big decisions. Gemini, this can be a really great month to start working out as your physical strength is going to be higher. Your mental energy is also stronger, making it a time when you can spend longer on intellectual tasks. Let your inner child out to play and enjoy your life. Really use this time to express yourself through music, dance, writing, art, or athletics. One of the things to be aware of is you can be more argumentative during this time. So it's important to stay calm during your communications, be that voice of calm and reason, but don't hog attention. So don't sit in the spotlight, don't spend all your time talking or pontificating at people. If you have siblings, don't pick fights with them this month. Wait, pick another fight, a different month, but don't do it this month. or let it go. Maybe this is something you just need to let go. There can also be a great time this month to focus on selling and self-promotion. Cancer, you will be more direct this month, which brings with it a need to watch what you say. So while being more direct can be beneficial, it can also get you in trouble. So to minimize this chance, take the time to think through what you're saying as well as who your audience is. You can be more impulsive with your spending this month, so really be mindful and work to stick to your budget. It's going to be important for you to take the time to sit down and enjoy your meals in order to avoid digestive upsets, and it can be a good month to take a short course to learn new information quickly. Leo, you're going to have more ambition and energy to accomplish your goals and to tackle things on your to-do list that may have been hanging over your head. You'll feel able to really tackle tasks that had seemed overwhelming before. You'll have this ability to complete unfinished projects more efficiently. So be sure, take advantage of this opportunity. One of the caveats, though, is while you're able to do things more quickly, that comes with the not necessarily watching what you're doing, and you could be a little more accident prone. So just be mindful. Keep a fast pace, but also don't push yourself to exhaustion. Pace yourself, don't burn out. And it's important to really watch your temper and take a breath before reacting on impulse. Count to 10 or take the night to sleep on it. Virgo, make sure that you keep your home protected this month. Double check that all the doors are locked, windows are closed before leaving the house. It can be a good month to pay ahead on your credit cards to get in front of any potential debt. Take the time to look over your finances and reassess your budget as needed. This is going to be especially important if you have not checked in on them a while. While your sleep can be more disturbed this month, leaving you waking up feeling more tired, just know this is a passing influence unless your chart says otherwise. So if you've never had a reading and you don't know, this could be a thing that's in your chart at all times. But overall, usually this is a passing influence. So it can kind of feel like this month, like you get no credit for your work, and just be careful what you share in confidence with others to avoid backstabbing. Libra, this month you could see your cash flow increase as opportunities present themselves to you. This is a great month to get out and socialize with your friends. It will be important to watch your back, as there could be people that pretend to be your friend but don't actually have your best interest at heart. For you, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So just keep that in mind with any get-rich-quick schemes, and really don't loan money to friends this month unless you're okay with it never being repaid. So it's not going to be a loan, it's going to be a gift. So just keep that in mind and make sure you're truly okay with that being how it goes. This is a great month to really formulate your goals and to actively pursue them. And you're going to find you'll be most effective in achieving these goals by working collaboratively with others. Scorpio, this is a really good month to promote yourself. It may be making it known about the projects you've accomplished at work or a project you're working on. Take action this month. Don't overthink decisions to the point of missing out on those opportunities. It is really important to remember to respect your boss, and it can be a good month to consider your career path and what you see as your next steps. Make a plan and start implementing it. If you are considering asking for a promotion, really be sure to gauge your employer's reactions before making demands, and be sure you know exactly how you are adding additional value to the organization. This is going to be really critical. Sagittarius, this is a very lucky month for you. You're going to feel more inspired, but at the same time, you could feel that you don't trust that inner knowing. It is important to remember to trust your heart and your gut, though. So even though you don't feel you can trust it, trust it. No, it will not steer you wrong. It is a month to break links to those who are controlling you or trying to control you and tell you how to live your life. And authority figures are going to come across as more demanding of your attention and respect, but be aware their motivations could be unclear or hidden. So kind of just keep that in the back of your mind. For you, try to stay out of fights with your boss or father this month. The outcome is not going to be favorable if you get into those fights, and really focus on expanding your energy, in terms of your mind this month. Get outside of your set belief system. Capricorn, support can come quickly this month, whether it be help from others or money. You're going to find your curiosity about a topic may lead you to really dig deeper and learn more. Your mind is full of ideas and insights. Be sure to write them down and not let them pass you by. You could feel more worried and vulnerable during this month, but this will pass. So keep that in mind. It's a passing influence, unless, of course, your chart says otherwise. For you, check in on your health as health issues could surface this month, and it's really good to catch them early. It is also a really great month to do a cleanse or a detox for your health. And if you are in need of a loan, say like for a mortgage or a car, this is not the month to pursue it as you'll likely be denied. So just don't pursue it this month unless you really have no choice. Aquarius, your passion will be higher between you and your partner, whether it be marriage or business this month. You can find it hard to compromise with your partner, and be mindful that if it feels like your partner is attacking your character, that you really let them release that steam as they are likely projecting anger at others on you. Now, that being said, listen very well because there is a chance it could be about you as well, but just listen. It's going to be really important to remain calm, cool, and collected to allow for favorable outcomes for you as it relates to these higher potential and higher passion. Focus on projects that can be completed quickly this month and pay extra attention to the details of contracts and agreements that you are signing this month. So make sure everything's read and get a second set of eyes on those contracts. Pisces, this is a month to double down and focus on the work you need to get done, as you will have the energy to get it done. Take the initiative to improve yourself and your skills. There can be more tension and aggression at work, which can leave you feeling uncomfortable. This is a good month to begin that exercise regime that you have been talking about, so just go ahead and do it. Exercise is also going to help you release any buildup tension that's within you or that's been building. So do it. Get out, exercise, walk, run, take a kickboxing class, do something. Part of this month, you do need to be cautious as you can be prone to overheating or getting sick with fevers or infections. So just be mindful, put your health first. And then the other side of this is there could be health problems with pets that may be more costly this month. As always, friendly reminder, I use the sidereal system in terms of transits and stuff. So keep that in mind. And otherwise, I hope everybody has a wonderful July, and I look forward to seeing all of you in August. Until then, enjoy. And if you haven't yet, there is an article on the Ocean Gate submersible. So go check that out, the Titan. It's a fascinating article of the chart of the launch. So stay tuned, and I will see you all in August.